Okay, been an exciting day. I look forward to seeing a lot of you get up there. Am I right? Believe it's your season. I'm going to chat about a couple of things real quick. I'm not going to take long. And then we're going to share something very important to show you how this business can grow. That's why you've got the candles. So it'll be very interesting. So I want to share something with you real quick. I'm going to cover leadership. A couple of things are important. I'm not going to get into a lot of detail because a lot of the things you've heard, I just want to remind you of a lot of these things. Number one, you've heard it all the time. Ushna and everyone else, everyone's spoken about a purpose. Know what your purpose is. That's important. And I encourage you when you get home after this, just go and write down these things like Christine went down and she, after a boot camp, and wrote down her goals, wrote down and get her pictures, but then also took the action to start developing her training groups. You see, no good writing all these things down and having a dream chart and talking it, but you're not doing it. So it's important to have a clear vision, where you want to go, what you want to do, and don't get distracted. Now, like us, number 3, and you've heard it all the time, I love to serve others. I love to serve others. You see, you've heard it all the time. The more you serve others, you more uplift them, you will fly. You will build yourself a business that you'll be excited about for the future. You've heard about goals. It's been a great session. I'm not going to get into that. You had people up here sharing with that. So goals are simply a time limit to take a step you need to take. That is a goal. And every goal, as Alta says, there'll be financial rewards every time you take a step. And that's important. And make sure, what really is sad, when I see people in this business go month after month, year after year, they've got incredible potential, and they might remain a director or an emerald or sapphire or whatever. Folks, believe you can do it. Get the potential. And as I also said, you be the example. You'll be amazed at how your team will follow you. And Ushna spoke about it as well. Cultivate your spiritual reserves. I literally pray all the time. You don't have to kneel down and pray. I pray while I drive, when I'm flying. Whatever happens, I just thank the Lord for everything. And you'll be amazed how you get answers. Here's a very important one. We all need to be teachable. We need to be open to learn. I'll tell you a quick example, real quick, won't take long. Alta and I both were hungry to learn, and I went to a function in America of a network marketing company. And the leaders that I had connected with there told me that afternoon, tomorrow afternoon, the Sunday afternoon, all the successful top leaders are going to be having a dinner together and sharing tips. Now, I wasn't qualified to go in there. That room was full, tables with 10 chairs around, long cloths over it. And the person said to me, you must get in there before the people get in there. So I got in there and I sat under the table. And I always have a pen and a notepad with me. And I wrote down the tips because I wanted to learn, right? It was tough sitting there in one place for 3.5 hours, but I learned a lot. I had to wait for everybody to leave the dinner again before I could get out. So you've got to be hungry to learn. I see a lot of people. Remember this room, the only seats that are reserved is for the Mozambican people because of the sign from translation booth. All other seats are a seat reserves a seat. So if nobody's in the seat tomorrow morning, you sit in it, right? There's no seats reserved. I'll tell you how I learned that. Alton and I went to a function in Natal once with this business. We were still reasonably new, like a lot of you. And Brian Murray was running the company then. And the morning started, I think, about 8 o'clock or whatever. We wanted to sit up front. We didn't want to sit behind somebody else who could distract us. So I'd get up at 4 o'clock, and the chairs were no armrests on them. And I'd lie in the room, on the chair, in the conference room, and I'd sleep, maybe until 6 or 6:30. Alta would get up, she'll go and shower, she'll have breakfast, and she'll come and take over the seats, and I will go up, I'll shower, have breakfast, and I'll come down. That's how serious we were. We wanted to get all the news, and we notes all the time. Now, Alta was very good at that. I took notes, and Alta took notes. When we got home, she took the two notes together, and she compiled together notes, because each person hears differently. And that's how we really got moved. So, another thing is, you've heard it all the time, constantly refine your skills, sharpen up. You know, you might not have been excited, but this morning, Alton and I, it was still dark. We've got an area over there that we do 5 times, a big area that we walk around with our woolen hats on and our tracksuits on, and it was like 1 degree this morning. But a lot of people stay indoors because, no, we have got a discipline, it's our plan, and we do it. You see, a lot of people don't look after their bodies. You've got to force yourself to do what's good for you. You are tolerant. And sometimes I'm not that tolerant. but you must be tolerant of other people. Listen to them, guide them, help them. Here's the most important one, number 9. I'm honest with integrity. In other words, it's no good just being honest, you must have integrity. Folks, believe what you sow, you reap. It's just as simple as that. If you sow and you do good, it's going to come back to you. You mustn't pamper people, you guide them. That's sowing, helping them to do it right, as Alta was saying. That's sowing. And then the most important, you've heard about it all weekend, you've got to communicate your vision. You see, Alta and I are very excited about the future. We already see diamond legs in our business. I think we counted 3 so far. Our goal is to have 10, not diamonds, that's got to be like 20 of them, but 10 individual legs, right? Diamond legs, that's our goal. And we're working at it, we talk it all the time, and we're excited about it. So that's your vision. The next is, I am a person who is avid reading, getting information, listening to things. Folks, there's so much on the web, on the Eagle. Now, you must be careful. A lot of people in Africa make a big mistake. They go and get a book that was written by some guy in America who evidently knows this business. Folks, if they knew it, why are they writing books? I've got no time to write a book. We've got a big business, you see. So also be checking. And when you get an idea over there, you must have the ability to Africanize it. You see, we in Africa, not in Europe, not in America, we are totally different. I personally am passionate about Africa. You've heard it, they did a great session here on looking after your time, and that's important. Planning the night before, writing in a diary. I still have a diary. I don't carry it with me. It lies on my desk. But in my pocket, I've got a pen and a small notepad. So if I pick up any idea, at Albert Einstein's, I happened to have been in Port Elizabeth doing a rally on the 8th of this month, and I walked into the room next door and I saw that on the wall. I wrote it down. Made sense to me. So maximize time. Next thing is you must be enthusiastic toward life. Very, very important. And folks, you know, I told you early on, right through life, people told me I couldn't do it, I'll never get anywhere, we'll fail. I only passed one standard in high school. Then I left. Those days in South Africa, you had to go and do training. You had no option. I was 16 years old, I turned 17 that February, sorry. At 16, they loaded me on a train in the Eastern Cape, off to the Air Force Gymnasium in Pretoria. Now, I want to tell you something. On that train, you were not allowed to get off. Military police will get off on every little siding as we went up, all with their firearms, and no one was allowed to get off that train. When you got to Pretoria, they put you in a big old army truck, these old 1947 Fords or Chevs, and they closed the back. It had a tent. You get to the camp in Valhalla, they offload you. You don't know where you are. And there's a barbed wire fence all around with guards. So for 3 months you were fussed. I turned 17 when I was there already. I'll tell you a quick story. I was never big. I'm walking across the parade ground after getting that tin trunks with all your kit in it. And one of the instructors shouts at me. He shouted at me in Afrikaans, but I'll tell you in English. He said, "Hey, son, does your mother know you here?" You understand? You can see I was small and I was very young, but anyhow. So I'm enthusiastic about life. I really am. When I wake up in the morning, I'm excited. You can ask Alta, both of us. We wake up, we got our routine we go through. One of us would pray. Then we do our exercises on our backs on the bed. Then we get up. Then we get dressed. And then we have hot water to drink. Then we have our quiet time. Then we have apple cider and vinegar. And then, boom, we're outside into the mountain with lights on. Now it's dark. 5 o'clock in the morning. And that's our routine. And we feel good about it. Our bodies are in good shape. And that's exciting. So be enthusiastic, folks. God's given you another day. Use it right. Get up there and do things. And let's touch life. You heard it all weekend. You must believe in the worth of other people. Believe that other people got value. Believe that other people can and will achieve. And you know, that's the biggest thing that helped me in this business. When I went in the next day after that meeting, on the 22nd of August 1973, we had to go in for a follow-up meeting. When I got there, long story short, even she got me started, but what he said to a guy next door, now I just overheard this. He said to that guy will make it. Okay? I don't know what they saw or whatever, but suppose because I kept appointment or whatever. But anyhow, that's important. So believe in the worth of other people. I always say to people, you can make it, and encourage people to do it. I've spoken already about it. It says, number 15 says, I keep myself in the best possible condition. And that's important. Your brain and your energy level cannot work in a sick body. So look after your body. Look after your health. I personally will not touch sugar. I will not touch coffee. I'm not a druggie. Alton and I quit coffee in 1995. That's the last time we had any coffee. And I'll tell you what, we all feel great for it. I'm not just saying against coffee. A lot of people out there, they pay a fortune for coffee, $30, $40 for a cup of coffee, yet maybe your shake costs them 60 Rand or 65 Rand for a meal, And they don't all take that out, but they drink a junk cup of coffee, we're just going to pump them up there and drop them down all the way there. It just makes sense? I embrace responsibility. Folks, you must be responsible for your people, guide them and all that. And this is another one, you must be daring. Don't be scared to do things, right? Don't back off. The more you do it, the stronger you'll get and the more you'll achieve in this business. So let's go out there. And folks, before we wrap up, we're going to do the candlelight ceremony. Before we wrap up this, I just want to share something with you, tell you exactly so you understand how my mind is and how my heart is. See, I grew up outside of Port Elizabeth in a place called Kucha. Those who are Xhosa, sit Ngucha. Okay, not Ngushwani, Ngucha. That's the Xhosa name for it. And I grew up on that farm with 4 little black guys. Right from 2-year-olds, we played together. So mostly my language was Xhosa when I started speaking. My mother could speak it fluently as well, but she came from the Seven Fountains, Salem area of Grahamstown. And so in other words, I don't know when, but I can recall I was maybe about 4 or 5 years old when Mom had a Farmer's Weekly and she showed me English, how to read, because they wanted me to go to school now. But that's where we are. That's why I'm African, you understand? I ate with them, I grew up with them, and I had a great life. And I think it's helped me in life because everything I hear over in America, I Africanize my way, and then we put it in. So that's why we're blessed.